Hello, all my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Libra for the month of August 2022. I hope all my Libra friends are doing well. As you know, dear Libra, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Queen of Wands, clarified by the Empress. In the challenging position, we have the Hanged Man, clarified by the Page of Wands. In the present position, we have the Magician, and the Magician here is clarified by the Seven of Swords. Very strong combination, that one. And in the future outcome position, we have the Eight of Wands, clarified by the Page of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So a lot is going on for you, dear Libra, in the month of August. We are setting the stage. So all you Libras out there, you are moving from achieving your goals to manifesting something really grand in your life. You're setting the stage for a whole new level because you have been leveling up, especially over the last 24 months. This is a very powerful combination, the Queen of Wands with the Empress. The Queen of Wands is very goal-oriented. Having her in the past position tells me that you've been very courageous lately, especially in the last 24 months. You've showed a lot of determination. You are a natural leader, even though some of you may not believe that, but you are. You allow people to kind of be themselves, and you also allow people to speak their mind, and you take their opinion kind of in almost an unassuming way, if you will. You're very balanced, and in the month of August, that balance may be a little bit upset. So, there may be some tension, internal tension, as a result of that. But definitely the Queen of Wands, she's a great card to have in the past position because it tells me that you set goals for yourself and you've achieved your goals. Overall, there may be some children that you're dealing with, your children, where they need attention from you, where you need to participate in something that they're doing. It looks like you may be providing advice or some kind of a mentorship to someone underneath you, but clearly people recognize your expertise and your courage and your determination because you have kind of set an example, if you will, because of all the things that you have achieved in the past. Be prepared to be busy in the month of August, but in a good way. You're following your passions. You are doing what the heart is telling you to do, and that is important. Now, in the challenging position, we have the Hanged Man, which he is not the best card to have, but when he does appear in the challenging position, it could mean that you're too absorbed by achieving something and that you're not really seeing anything else that may be going on around you. There may be a slightly kind of playful, almost like a procrastinating type of attitude where you're really focused on what you want to see and not really kind of ignoring everything else, if you will. The Hanged Man also, when he appears in the challenging position, could speak to a period of stagnation. So things in the month of August will be a little bit slow, especially in the beginning part of August. And watch the sacrifices that you're making. Watch where you're spending your time. Watch where you're spending your energy. Watch where you're spending your money, because some of those sacrifices are, being made needlessly, if you will. You definitely want to adopt a different perspective, and you want to make sure that you're coming from a place of positivity, a place of nurturing, caring energy, rather than selfishness and what do I get out of it type energy. Because when you come from a giving energy, you you will be receiving a lot more. The Page of Wands definitely tells me that in the month of August there may be some disagreements in various situations in your life. So, keep an eye out on that. Make sure that you are staying committed to the task at hand, because procrastinating is not really a good idea in the month of August. It's the time to do as much as you possibly can, if you will. This is a good time to work quietly on the things that you need to do in order to be prepared for things down the road. As the year progresses, you'll be grateful for all the preparations you've done now. And in the present position, we do see the Magician, and so the divine here is saying, you may want to kind of start manifesting things into your life because you are in charge. Every time the Magician appears, there are new beginnings that are happening in our life. So you are in charge. You have all the resources that you need in order to create whatever it is that you want to see. For some, it's a flourishing career. For others, it's a comfortable, loving, warm home, that is beautifully decorated. For others, maybe it is traveling somewhere, maybe starting a new project and realizing your potential somehow. But the Magician is calling to you to be creative, to be imaginative, to kind of move past your barriers. The interesting part about this combination is that you also, in the clarifying position, have the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is known to be as a card of sneaking. It's a card of trickery. You may be cutting some corners in the month of August and kind of going to the front of the line much faster than originally anticipated. And it's important to remember that every time you have a sword card, there's always a cost associated with it. So even though you may be gaining advantage fast, and you are gaining advantage fast, it's important to remember how that might how that might affect you on the back end. What type of cost may be associated with being successful too fast. There's different kinds of costs for everyone. But the interesting thing about this combination is that the Magician is sometimes known as a trickster as well, and so is the Seven of Swords. So there is an energy of manipulation that is coming through in the month of August. Now, you could be doing the manipulating, or somebody could be manipulating you, because in tarot the energy is interchangeable. But the other aspect of this combination is that what you want, you can have. You are fully capable of literally manifesting what it is that you want, as long as you kind of abide by the manifesting laws. And remember that manifesting something depends on your vibration. The more positive your vibration is, the better the manifestation. Not only that, you have to be open to claiming your manifestation, right? Because sometimes you will manifest an opportunity or a possibility, but then you don't claim that manifestation. So pay careful attention, and specifically pay attention to the signs that are coming through, because remember, the new moon is going to be in Leo on July 28th, and it's going to open up what astrologers call the Lion's Portal. It's very good for the manifestation, and this Lion's Portal is going to last through the August 8, if you will. And I will be posting more about this, but be aware that the new intentions that you set on this new moon, July 28th, and if you practice it, it'll get much easier with practice, and you'll become a manifestation master. It will be secondhand to you. The more you practice, the better you become. The more you practice, the more abundance you have, the more friends you have, the more all kinds of, amazing, wonderful things, come into your life. And the more you can handle it as well, because your energy grows, your body kind of adapts to additional energy that runs through you, that the manifestation brings. It's actually kind of fascinating, if you will. You have to be really open-minded in order to appreciate all the manifestation techniques. But in the future outcome position, we do have the Eight of Wands, which is a card of movement. Expect things to pick up movement towards the end of August. Things are just going to be coming at you one after another, one after another. Things at work, things at home, and you have to be prepared. This is why the beginning of the month is going to be somewhat slow. Use that time, focus on those intentions, focus on those manifestations. The more you polish those, the better your approach is to manifesting, the more you will get back, and the easier overcoming obstacles in October is going to be. October is going to be an interesting month for you, dear Libra. I can't wait, but again, that will come later. The Eight of Wands can also stand for traveling. You could be doing some traveling in the month of August, and someone could be traveling to you. So you may expect a visitor coming to visit you towards the end of August, and that visitor may bring good fortune with him as well. That's important to remember. And you are moving forward. It's interesting that you have the Page of Pentacles in the clarifying position, because you are being very practical in your various situations, in your personal situations, in your professional situations. You're adapting a practical approach. You are investing your time, your energy, your money, your resources quite wisely. It appears to me that you learned a lot, which doesn't surprise to me, because you do have the Empress, which tells me that you elevated your expertise overall across the board, if you will. There is something new that is coming into your life. It could be a new person, it could be a new project. There's some kind of a new endeavor that is happening that's going to open your eyes, and I think that's going to make the sacrifices that you have made much easier to bear. It's going to kind of help you compromise with those sacrifices, find a common ground where you may not be super happy about the sacrifices that you've made in the past, but they're going to be easier to bear as your success becomes more and more, and it will, especially once we get closer to the month of October. But let's see, dear Libra, what we have as far as the angel and ancestor oracle cards that I pulled. I pulled two. First, we have Lord, take charge with authority. Very much what the magician here is saying. This is the time for you to take charge. You're the boss. You are in charge. What do you want to accomplish in the month of August? What do you want to accomplish a year from now? What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? The better the plan is, the better the outcome is going to be, but the time to act is now. And the second card is the Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. Very interesting card. The Lord card is all, of course, about authority. The Lord is the consort of the lady, the emperor in the traditional tarot. He represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. But this doesn't mean he's angry or chauvinistic. He is self-possessed, reliable, and ambitious, a man of honor who has earned his place in society. The Lord in this oracle holds a ram's staff and wears a crown of antlers, showing he keeps himself firmly rooted in the ground and is protective of his people. Sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, maybe it's time to change that. There's no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You are being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed around. And of course, the hunter is all about taking care of your fears. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You're being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You're not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential, but this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. And if you are a female or identify as female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations before you. Definitely the month of August is the time where you need to take charge, because the divine is saying your leadership would be very much appreciated by those around you, and you are an example for people close to you and far from you, because as you know, every time you stand up to your fears and you face your limitations, that shows up in the collective as a ripple effect. You're not just standing up for yourself and addressing fears, you're also breaking generational karma, bonds that have been holding ancestors in a particular pattern. So, you're not just doing it for yourself, you're also doing it for others as well. You're making the world a better place when you are courageous, when you stand up to what you believe is wrong, or, what really, really matters to you. Definitely there is a power surge happening for you in the month of August, dear Libra, and I'm interested to get your feedback regarding that. Do let me know in the comments section how the month of August is going to go for you. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Do not forget to visit me on Instagram. I would be very grateful for that as well. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please like and share and subscribe. That helps out my channel really, really in a big way. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day.